Hey there guys, this is Gun Buddy Gray, and today I'm bringing something, I don't want to say unique, because it's not, but it's a little different. Most people aren't really into these Uberti black powder revolvers, but I guess I just really have an interest in early revolvers, because frankly they're cool and, cowboys. But yeah, I thought I'd do a video on my Uberti Dragoon. This is a first model. And frankly, I think it is gorgeous. Just give me just a second. Let you get all set up and I'll go into it. So. All right. Well, this, which won't even fit in the frame all the way. I'll fix that in post. Just kidding, there's no freaking post. There's 30 damn boxes aside. You see the clutter of a table I got going on here. But, yeah. This is a Uberti First Model Dragoon. Now, all in all, there were 4 models of Dragoon. They were developed out of the Walker pistol. And essentially, the very first one was called a Whitneyville Dragoon. They were made on leftover Walker parts. It has a more Walker-esque grip, and there are a couple other small things. I don't really remember them all. I think something with the grip and maybe the trigger guard was a little different. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy who enjoys black powder. But then there was the first model, which is this, which looks what most Dragoons look like. The third model eventually has a rounded off trigger guard back here, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's just for looks. And frankly, this one was on sale, so this is the one I got. The second model looks pretty much exactly like this too, but there are a few internal parts that are different. But yeah, these were originally made, well, the Walkers were originally made to essentially be able to take down a horse with a pistol. That was the goal they had in mind. They wanted a more powerful pistol for the cavalry. But their loading latch was really poor. Had one little spring retention somewhere through here, and it just could not hold up to recoil whatsoever. So then they made the Dragoons, and essentially all Dragoons operate more or less the same. They have your standard Colt loading lever, and of course there's the standard Colt action, no top strap, they're whatever, but there's supposed to be a Walker that's kind of scaled down, a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. They hold just a little bit smaller, less of a powder charge, but they still do all right. They're still really powerful. And though these latches are improved some, these latches still kind of suck. I mean, I fired this under recoil several times, and even though there's a decent little latch up there, it just pops right out when you fire it under recoil. So maybe it worked better, maybe it doesn't. I notice if I shoot really light recoil, it won't always. I mean, not really light recoil. What am I, a moron? Really light kicking rounds, it won't. By that I mean I put in like half a load of black powder and cram the balls in. But when I do it to where you're supposed to, it's just not great. Of course, it's a cap and ball revolver, so essentially that means you pour your powder in, you put your, well, in modern day it'd be a oh, what are they called? I can't recall the name. They're little wads that are pre-lubricated. Back in the day, you pour your powder in, then you put your bullet on. Of course, you'd ram it down all the way. If you don't go all the way, you can have big problems. But you ram it down all the way, and then you smear a bunch of, it's essentially grease over the top to prevent chain fire. And then, of course, you cap every single one of your nipples. And yes, these are called nipples. Yes, it is funny, but they are called nipples. There's a lot of, I guess you'd say, childish terms when it comes to black powder guns. They're just fun. We'll get into them some other time, though. Maybe. But other than that, I mean, just your basic single action revolver style. They're really cool. There is a safety notch between one of these. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't really know how to decipher. There it is. And you carry it on that safety notch, so you could have all 6 chambers loaded, but still not have it go off if you dropped it or something, which is pretty cool. To clean these things, you pretty much just douse them in hot water, but I mean, hot water and soap's the gist of it. And just make sure you dry it out real well and squirt some oil on there or something. I don't think I need to tell you people how to clean and lubricate your guns, except, well, I probably do. Maybe I'll make a video. I'm really anal about it. Most people don't care that much, but I do. But, yeah, it's a really nice little piece here, made by Uberti. I really like it. Makes me definitely feel like I'm in the era, I guess you'd say. Do have one little boo-boo down here. And this screw came kind of like that, but I did booger it up a little more because I'm retarded. But, yeah, so I suppose that's the gist. Disassembly, of course, is you bang this little wedge out and just pops everything. Everything just pulls right off. And to get it back in, you put the cylinder back on, you put the barrel back on, and you hammer it back into where you had it before. You have to make sure there's a little bit of a gap between the forcing cone and the chamber, though. Or the cylinder, rather. Just a little bit's all you want. I don't know. You probably can't even tell on there, but just a little, just like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will do my best not to answer them. All right, thanks.